Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Off Script with Pastor Jared. Riding solo today. Hope you guys are all doing well wherever you're listening, at home, in the car, in the earbuds, at the gym, wherever you listen. Thank you guys so much. I want to give you a quick episode today about something that crossed my face a couple weeks ago. Didn't really want to get into it at the time, and as time has gone by, I think it's just a really good teachable lesson. And it has to do with Wheaton College, and you may or may not know a lot about Wheaton College. It's not really in our orbit. I know kind of where we are in the South. This is a Chicago area school, but it is a Christian school, and it has a lot of great historic roots, but became newsworthy recently, not because of anything that happened on campus per se. It's just the response the school made to one of its alumni. So my position is going to be today that Wheaton really embarrassed itself as an institution with what I'm about to tell you, and to a point where I would probably not go there. It bothered me enough that I would probably think, I don't know that I would tell everybody not to go there, but I think I would not go there because the way that they treated one of their alumni after getting a really big honor was sort of off-putting to me. And so I want to tell you guys about it. I think there's a couple teachable lessons in here. So about Wheaton, real quick, I know there is probably some people that don't know anything about Wheaton, so I just pulled a quick blurb on them, which I will read now. It says, Wheaton College in Wheaton, Illinois is a private evangelical Christian liberal arts college located about 25 miles west of Chicago. Established in 1860 by Wesleyan Methodists, it was shaped by its first president, Jonathan Blanchard, an abolitionist who gave it a legacy of social reform. And it is called often the Harvard of Evangelicals. So it's a blend of academic rigor and deep Christian commitment, making it a standout among faith-based schools. Wheaton offers over 40 undergrad majors and 18 graduate programs with strengths in theology, biblical studies, music, and sciences. Student-to-faculty ratio is 11-1, so there's personal attention from professors. Many are leaders in their field. It integrates faith and learning into a Christian worldview, whether you're studying biology or literature. There are about 2,200 undergrads and 500 grad students, so it's a close-knit campus. 90% live on site. Everyone signs a community covenant, behavioral pledge, no alcohol, tobacco, drugs on campus, and about 60% of the students are involved in sports, NCAA Division III. So, it's pretty well known for its picturesque historic buildings, and it's home of the Billy Graham Center, which is pretty popular, which doubles as a museum and conference hub. The social life revolves around faith and chapels and things like that too. So, very Christian place. Notable alumni. Probably the three most popular would be, obviously, Billy Graham is number one. Jim Elliot, missionary who was killed in Ecuador, is number two. And John Piper is also from there as well. So all that to just give you an idea of what this college is. It's not a seminary, but its grad program, I would say, borders on what could be called seminary, but it is not technically a seminary. It's a Christian college. So what's all the hubbub? All right. Well, one of the alumni of Wheaton got a pretty big honor. His name is Russell Vought, Vought, and Russell was appointed by President Trump and went through the Senate confirmation process to become the White House Director of the Office of Management and Budget. So for most people, that's not an exciting pick. However, it is a massive role in the federal government. He oversees the budget. So the budget of the government. So it's the person who takes the agenda and looks over the budget and tries to reconcile whether the president's agenda is jiving with the budget that's being passed through Congress. So it's a someone who oversees billions, if not trillions, of dollars in their budget, numbers that would make most people's heads spin. That's what he is in charge of doing, and it's such a big job. You have to go through the Senate confirmation process and be grilled and be voted on by senators. You have to be picked by the president, handpicked by the president. So this was a huge honor, a huge big deal for someone from your institution, a relatively small 3,000 student organization, to be picked by the president and to go through the Senate and to be confirmed. Now you have an ambassador for your college who is overseeing billions of dollars and who is a national name now. This is a huge deal, and so the college puts out this tweet or this public statement, pretty basic. But right after the news breaks, they put out this: Wheaton College congratulates and prays for 1998 graduate Russell Vaught regarding his senatorial confirmation to serve as the White House Director of the Office of Management and Budget. Pretty simple. Congrats. We're praying for you. You're our alum. All right. That's the simple message that they put out. Not a whole lot there other than just, hey, congrats. We're praying for you. Great job. We're honored that you're our guy and you represent us. Well, a few days go by. The weekend passes, and the next week comes by. I'll just read the next tweet that followed, which says this: on Friday, Wheaton College posted a congratulations and call to prayer for an alumnus who received confirmation to a White House post. The recognition and prayer is something we would typically do for any graduate who reached that level of government. However, the political situation surrounding the appointment led to a significant concern expressed online. It was not our intention to embroil the college in a political discussion or dispute. Our institutional and theological commitments are clear that as a college, as a nonprofit institution, does not make political endorsements. Wheaton College's focus is on Christ and his kingdom. And then there's a link to an institutional statement that you can click on. And I will just say, guys, after reading that second statement, I felt just embarrassment for Wheaton after I read that. My thought was just, what weakness? Are you guys serious? Basically, what they did. You may see this a different way, but here's how I see it as someone who graduated from a seminary. I'm just trying to imagine if Mid-America did this to me. Imagine if your college or wherever you went, got your grad work done or your undergrad work or your PhD and you go out in the world and you score a massive gig. I mean, you are overseeing billions of dollars, handpicked by the president, Senate confirmation. You're in government. You're affecting your worldview that your college helped create. Your worldview is affecting the direction of the federal government, overseeing all the people that you serve. And your college comes out and congratulates you, which they should, say they're praying for you, and then a few days later they walk it back, and they say, and they basically apologize for praying for you. They apologize for congratulating you. I can't imagine Mid-America doing that to me. That would hurt me if that happened. And so they pretty much retract their support, they retract their prayer, and they give a very PR style statement about how they're sorry for the conflict it caused online. What? That is so weak. It's hard for me. They're apologizing that other people had a problem with their alumnus. It's very sad to me that they let an online mob of people who are never going to be satisfied, who were complaining that he went to work for the Trump administration. Okay, so he went to work for the Trump administration, and so they complained that they shouldn't have mentioned him, shouldn't have endorsed him, shouldn't have prayed for him. And what are we saying here? We shouldn't. People that go to work for Republicans can't be publicly prayed for. I don't understand what the issue is here. And so then they have this statement about it. We don't get involved in politics. We're a Christian college. Our focus is not on politics. Yeah, but I mean, don't you find it good that your graduates could get involved in politics and make real changes in the world and get out there? And by the way, you made a statement in politics when you withdrew your support from him, if I might add. You made a bigger statement about your politics when you withdrew support from your guy when he went to work for Trump. So now that tells me everything I need to know about your politics, that you were intending not to make a statement, but what you did was make a really big statement that if you work for Trump, we're going to pretend like we don't know you. If you go to work for a Republican government, you're anathema to us, or we're going to pretend, we're going to put on the false nose and glasses and pretend that, we never knew you, or we can't even pray for you. That's crazy. That's crazy. So all of that to say, I'm really embarrassed for Wheaton. I don't think I could go there after this. Not that I'm planning on it, but I just, how do I know they wouldn't do that to me? How do I know that, if someone else asked me, would you ever recommend Wheaton? I would have to say right now, no. Because what if you graduated with a degree and went on to have you had some incredible opportunity to affect change in the world, but you went to work for a government that I didn't like, or that they said was wrong, or that they said you could never work for this party, and then all of a sudden they're gonna withdraw their support from you. I mean, he didn't do anything. The guy didn't. It's not like he sinned or did anything morally wrong. He just got picked to go work for the government at an incredibly prestigious level. So all that to say, really embarrassing. And it's a sign of weakness. I don't ever want to lead this way. That's another lesson for me. And whoever's listening out there today, my encouragement to you would be not to lead that way. Don't lead by bending your knee to complainers all the time. I mean, if there's something worth looking at, fine. But you can't live your life saying like, oh, everyone online says this. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. And then you read the hostage tape PR response. I have learned and I have grown in my time since thinking about this very important issue. I mean, come on, you know what you're doing. You're reading the PR statement. And then I guess thirdly, I would just say this whole idea that a Christian institution can be apolitical is just not realistic. I mean, the positions we hold are as Christians are going to affect politics. So it's kind of like feigning the neutral middle ground that's not really possible, or we're kind of in a third category that's not left nor right. That's just not realistic, guys. It's not. I mean, the positions we take are going to be upheld by one party or another, and we have to participate in the direction of this world. We have to. We're the salt of this world, and so we have to be involved. And so anyway, all that to say, I don't think I could recommend anybody going to Wheaton right now until they walk this back. It's embarrassing because you could never be guaranteed that they wouldn't do that to you. And that's just a sad way to live your life, to let online mobs control whether or not you're proud of your alumni. You should support your alumni unless they've done something wrong. I mean, really wrong. Then you should support your alumni as an institution. That's your export. That's your primary export. If you're a college or a seminary, the primary thing you export are your graduates, and you send them out into the world they're bearing your name, and they have your back and you have their back, and that's how it ought to be. Unless a sin has taken place that you can't support, You should have their back, and they should have yours, generally speaking. So anyway, that's sort of my disappointing take of the day with Wheaton. Just thought you guys might find that story interesting, and a few lessons in there for us. So hope you guys have an awesome week, and we'll see you again on a future episode of the Off Script podcast. God bless. Bye-bye.